Hi there, I'm Alan R from Motor Matters, of course, as you know, on a launch today, and I just had to show you the stunning scenery on the Vaal River at a place called Pont de Vaal, and that's where we've come having a lunch break, launching the new, well, the midlife facelift of the Citroen C5 AirCross. You'll see that in a few moments, and you'll see why I think it's a pretty nice ride. But wait a few moments and you'll see it. I'm joined by Citroen Dyer. He is the product manager for Citroen South Africa. So he's the man to tell us all the details, all the spec, and all the information on this car. Citroen, over to you.
Main changes up front you'd see is the new LED headlamps as well as the new grille.
Right, of course, with the new Citroen logo.
That's
the
correct.
chevrons over here, you can see they changed somewhat as well.
And then if you look closely, you'll see the detail. They call it the piano effect.
And that's echoed throughout the car, isn't it?
That's correct.
In the lighting, etc., right?
That's right. You'll see it as we move to the rear as well. And then furthermore, you'll see the new air dams on the front bumper, which is functional.
Yeah, very functional, aren't they? That's a very important feature. Now,
Correct.
of course, you've carried over the engine, right?
That's
the
right.
1.6 litre turbo petrol,
That's correct.
121 kilowatts, and what's the newton meters?
240 Newton meters.
240 newton meters. So that's pretty nice as well. Now let's just come have a look over here. I know another big feature is the new mag wheels, the black mag wheels, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And they are
So these are 18-inch
Yeah.
diamond cut with
Okay.
a gloss black finish in between.
right. And of course, it would not be a Citroen without that
The
on the
air
bottom
bump.
of the door. The air bump, as you call it, right?
That's correct.
It just couldn't be a Citroen. Of course, you've got the chrome round the window trims, etc. You've got the very blacked out C-pillar at the rear here.
Correct.
And then again, the piano keys, aren't they?
That's correct. You'll
Look
see
at this
that.
on the lighting, eh?
There we go.
That really is different, isn't it?
Indeed.
Very, very different, and makes a big difference. And just neatened up, tidied up the rear end quite a bit as well, haven't you?
Yes, indeed we have. And one new feature on this car would be, well, versus the previous gen, would be the electric tailgate.
Electric tailgate, all right. That's also a nice feature, so that's a nice one as well. Okay, let's have a look inside.
Okay. Notice that there's this rubber ceiling all the way around, which helps in keeping the noise out as well as water out. And you'll notice that when you drive in the car, it's very, very silent. And that, along with the acoustic laminated front windshield, adds to that cocoon.
I noticed the quietness on the drive out, that's for sure. Okay.
sure.
Driving with a familiar face on our videos. I don't know why I do this to myself, but I'm driving with good old Laurie Smith again. Laurie, how's it?
Good on you, Lauren
Okay.
Smith from Ride and Drive.
Yeah, you had to get that in, didn't you?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
That's
Laurie,
where I'm from.
yeah, putting my life in your hands yet again. Hey, the C5 AirCross, Citroen C5 AirCross, what do you think, pal?
Okay, well, obviously it's an AirCross, so it's got an air suspension. So I must say that the drive to Pont de Vaal was fantastic. I thought I was going to take my life in my hands when you rode onto the gravel road.
Yeah?
But I promise you now, before I wiped the mess out of my eyes, you were doing 90.
On a dirt road, I mean,
and
really?
basically it felt like we were doing 60. So
Yeah.
fantastic, hardly felt the bumps.
And that was a bit of a pothole we just hit, by the way, and
Yes.
didn't even feel it.
Didn't even feel it.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, great drive.
It really is. And I mean, the kit on this car, the spec level, is exceptional.
Yeah.
Optional panoramic roof on this one we're driving. That's about the only option you can get. But it's spec to the hilt. It rides beautifully. Space, I mean, 720 litre boot. That's also
Yeah.
quite something, eh?
Yeah, only second to
The RAV4.
to the RAV4, I
Yeah.
and that has got a cavernous boot. So
Yeah.
very good. Strangely enough, I'll be honest with you, I've driven this car on holiday once, and it's deceptively big.
Yeah.
You know, it hasn't changed in terms of the previous generation, and you fit a lot in. So certainly from that point of view, it's great.
It really is, and comfortable. The 3 seats in the back that are individual is also a nice touch and a nice feature.
Lovely.
And you're
lovely.
typical of Citroen. This car
Yes.
just overall says to me, hey, typical Citroen, you know that?
Yeah, well, you know, the Citroen brand is sort of differentiated from Peugeot in that it's like the edgy brand. It's
Yeah.
for the, you know, the more sort of, you know, out there kind of guys. And although this car particularly is not really that. To me, I mean, any family guy would look at this car. One of the things that I will be honest with you, that did sort of get my attention in the past is that it's got a 1.6
Yeah, 1.6
absolutely
turbo.
not a problem. 1.6 turbo, it goes like the
121 kilowatts, nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Laurie.
Thanks
Get us
a lot,
back
mate.
safe, okay?
Okay, mate. Bye.
All right. We're inside the car now. So let's just chat quickly and just give me a lot of the changes, because that's what's so important for us right now.
Okay, so the main change on the Shine model will be, as you can see here, the 10-inch infotainment screen.
Right.
Right.
And then, of course, also the full 12-inch
12.3
TFT,
inch
yeah.
TFT screen.
Okay.
Yeah, which is fully customizable according to how you
Right.
want to set it up.
Okay, and then also interesting, now it's a 6-speed torque converter, conventional automatic gearbox, but you've changed, there's no gear lever anymore, you got the toggle.
That's correct. So we call it the e-toggle, and basically this is how you either move it into whichever gear you prefer. I mean, you want to, that's neutral, drive.
Okay, yeah.
It's just as easy as that.
Just
eh?
as easy as that, and of course the camera with the overhead, everything over there as well on the
Correct.
screen. Right, now, let's just talk some of the safety spec on the car. You've got active braking, forward collision warning, rear traffic, so you've got the full, can I call it, safety spec?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and that's on both Shine, Feel and Shine.
That's correct. So
Yeah.
some of the features obviously are distinct to the Shine itself, but by and large, the main safety features will be prominent in both cars.
Okay, and then definitely on both is the 3 individual rear seats that can be adjusted separately and individually, forward, backward, move, slide, everything, or dropped, of course, and 730 liters of boot space in
So-
standard format.
Yeah, so it's 720 liters.
Okay, right.
But yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
And the one thing that you must note is the center seat. If you notice, the floor is
Right.
flat.
Yes,
So the person sitting in the middle doesn't have that awkward bump.
yeah, because of course this is front wheel drive. Let's just confirm
Correct.
that fact. Now on this car there is one extra, which is about the only option you can option on these cars, which is the panoramic roof.
That's correct.
Okay, 17,000 Rand extra.
That's it.
Jatine, as you've mentioned now, 2 models, mechanically identical, leather on the Shine, whereas it's cloth on the Feel. A couple of things like that where they differ, price-wise.
So on the Feel model, you're looking at 633,900,
Right.
and on the Shine, 683,900.
So 50,000 difference, but so much more you get for that money.
That's correct.
And the big news from Citroen South Africa, full 5-year warranty and maintenance plan, 5-year, 100,000 kilometer.
That's correct. So we've worked pretty hard to get that incorporated into the vehicle as standard. That's just to give people peace of mind, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, ultimately, all we want you to do is get behind your C5 AirCross and enjoy the journey, not worrying about maintenance or anything of that sort.
Fantastic. Jatine, thanks so much. Lovely car, lovely ride coming out here. Looking forward to the drive back, but thank you very much for the launch today.
Thank you for coming.
And behind the camera, yet again, for Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.